Hey guys, I'm Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bears Stamping, and today I'm doing two cards that I saw out on Pinterest because I've had some appointments this week, so I wasn't able to come up with something on my own. But these are going to wow you, even if well, of course they're going to, because otherwise I wouldn't have done. I'm sorry. All right, so if you're new here, please subscribe because it lets me know that you like what you've seen. And if you come every week, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I just really like that you guys come and support my small business. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip you down and we're going to get started. Okay, so these are the two that I'm using today. Terrific Toadstool and Heart Shaped. Heart Shaped is the extra that you get like with Celebration. It's the top tier one, so you need to spend a little bit more to get it. But if you're already spending the money, it just makes sense. All right, so we're going to start with this one first. And I'm going to go ahead and get out of here this die because I'm going to need it. Okay, so I'm going to start with a basic white thick, and I'm going to go ahead and fold it, and then I've already scored it, and we will start. Whoops, way too high. Okay. Now, before we get too far, I'm going to put this aside because I need to let something dry, and I need to get it out of my bag here without losing anything, and hopefully, yes, I do. All right. I'm doing something that makes me very uncomfortable. So hopefully you guys will like it, but I don't do this very often. So I want to make sure that I give it a try and see what you guys think. I wish I could zoom in just a little bit more, but I'll hold it up. Thank you, Mary. Hey, Pat, Teresa, Marilyn, Lola. Hey, guys, thank you for coming. All right, so I am going to just do dots with the white gel pen on each petal. I do not ever do this because I don't, I can't say I'm not good at it because I don't really try it. Okay, I am going to try, let me hold it. Hold on, I'm gonna try not to smudge because this is still a little wet. See, I can't get a hold of it without. All right, so there's one. I'm gonna move it aside with my bone folder, and we're gonna move it up so it can dry. Okay, I'm still pushing. I don't want it in my way. All right. And I'm going to do that on all three. It might be overkill, but I kind of like how it looked. I think I need one more there. Okay. Yeah, it's very hard for you to see. If you go to my blog, I have close up, where you can see things. That's where you should go if ever you want to see it better because the lighting is better and you can really see it. I'm not sure how well this is on, YouTube on what the lighting is. I add lights, but, um, you know, you might not get the same from your computer. And sometimes it's just not as good as in real life. When I mail out my cards, which I do every time, they say, "Oh, it looks so much better in person." So, and I will be sending out on Tuesday. I am sorry I have been delayed on getting this done. I'm going to scrape this into, and of course it flipped. Eeks. All right, see if you can see that better. There you go. I'm going to put the other two in there just so that they don't get lost. All right. Now I've got that that done. What you're going to do is you're going to put these two together, which is the basic white and cherry cobbler. Sorry. And that's a good idea, Dottie. Thank you. So you're going to take the let's see, the top circle for stylish shapes, and you're going to place it, of course, down. And you're going to give about, 5/8 or so from the top, and you're going to run it through the machine. Put that aside. So then you're going to have this. Of course, they would be together still. So you have this, and then you're going to put it into this dotted circles folder, which is really big. So that's nice. Not the red part, not the cherry cobbler, just the white. And you're just going to make sure that you center it so that hopefully all the circles are in the right spot. All right. So I have that done already. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together and we will move on. I'm going to use glue because all these little holes, it doesn't quite do as well for putting together without, with tape. And I don't want to get too close to the edge. Oh, see. All right, let's see if I can do this without smudging. Oh, look, I lined it up pretty well. All right, I'm going to turn it over and really push to make sure I get it. Thanks, Dottie. All right, so now remember, I got this idea on Pinterest, and it was from Pat Fairless, and I loved it so much that I didn't change much except for coloring those flowers because she did something else to her flowers, and I just wasn't sure. Let me make this so it's straight. That was bugging me. All right, so we have that. I want to come in with the cherry cobbler and gold ribbon, which is stunning. And I am going to cut off quite a bit, not quite a bit. That was silly. I'm going to cut off enough to be able to work with my hands. So I'm going to tie it around this. You have to cut more than you need because your fingers just won't do it otherwise. All right, now this is where I want to be careful because I want it to lay flat. Okay, come on. You can do it. See, I needed that extra. And I'm going to manipulate it so that it's going to be flat and not bumpy because I don't want it to be bumpy. There, that's not too bad. Now, what you should do, and what I did, is come in with a glue dot and stick it underneath, and hopefully it will hold. And let me grab my pokey tool. And this does help to get it under there. Come on, don't get stuck. There. Whoop, now it's not so flat. And trim it, because you don't want it to interfere with your picture or what you're putting inside the circle. All right. I maybe should have put one in behind before I did the knot. That would be for another time. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and put dimensionals all over the back because I want my image to look like, I don't want it to be flat. So I'm going to use the rest of my dimensionals that is on the thing. And I don't know about you, but I get so much satisfaction when I finish a roll and can go and get another one or a pack, because I don't like doing it this way, but who wants to waste? And I'm going to put it right over my ribbon so it holds it in place too. Yeah, I didn't want to leave you guys without, like, after taking time off at Christmas. I didn't want to not do it. I'm enjoying this. And yes, I'm going to put a ton on. I'm bound and determined to finish this pack. Plus, it looks better when it doesn't sag. Don't most things? All right, put one more. Oh, I'm going to go for it. Whoop. All right, I finished. Yay. So I'm going to bring in my white, which is the, the thick. And it does help if you push them down. So then when you go to take the backs off, all right. They do fit well, Dottie. That's what I like to use, the leftovers, because a lot of times that's the only ones I can use that will work. Whoop, that tore. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and line this up, hopefully, in the middle. Okay. Now, normally I would say to do your stamping before you put this on. There was a hair. But this time the heart fits perfectly within without, I'm going to move this just so that it will, without having to, like with this being on. Sorry. Okay. This is so beautiful. I just am having a time wanting to use it all the time because it's so pretty. I think I'll hold on to it this time. Normally, I don't hold on to my celebrations. I sell them after, but this time I definitely want to hold on to it. All right. I am going to go ahead and now bring in those flowers with a mat and my other pokey part, another pokey tool that has the impressor on it. And this would be attached if I didn't need the impressor, but I'm picking it up with that. And I'm going to press so that we get a flower shape. See if you can see that. And yes, this is all from my cat. Pat had hers out when I and I kept it or something. I was giving her one. I don't know what happened, but my cat chewed hers too. He likes to have soft things to chew on. Isn't that silly? All right. So now we have those all set. I'm going to go ahead and be picking it up with this and putting a glue dot on the bottom. This way I don't mess it up. But it doesn't want to come off because, there we go, it was stuck on there. Okay, so I'm just going to have one go up high, and then you might want to pop them a little bit. Except for my fingernails, I keep trimming them, and now I don't have any, or very much. All right, let's do the others. See if I can do it without. Nope. Okay, and then I'm going to have this one go down. I'm going to push with my stylus because that makes sense. And this last one. I can move this now. Okay, let's see. This is why it's really good to let it dry, because then you can do, put it on without smudging it. All right, I'm going to over just a little. There we go. So pretty. Okay. Then I'm going to, these are the cutest little leaves. And I'm just going to put them on, hey, Nancy, with a glue dot. And I know this is way too big, but I'm going to stick them under the flower. Oh, let me get this. So it sticks without having the sticky sticking out. Okay. So I was saying, if you go to my blog, you can see the other things that, the closer up pictures, but you can also sign up for my newsletter, which will let you get the PDFs for free of all the things that I make here on YouTube, because I like to share. And the motto or the saying for Stampin' Up is, share what you love. And so that's what I'm doing. I just want to be able to share. All right. Before we move to the inside, we're going to go ahead and put on these iridescent. I have the back. Iridescent faceted gems. I'm pretty sure. These have been my favorite, and I've hoarded them, as you can tell. So now I'm like, if you don't use them, they're going to retire, and I don't like to use things that are retired, because then if you guys liked them, you wouldn't be able to buy them, and that just doesn't make sense. So I want to use these before they go away, because that would just make me sad. I'd probably keep them for scrapbooking, but how many of these can you use for scrapbooking? Whoops, get back over there. He was stuck. All right. So far, so good, right? Isn't that cute? God, I love this card. All right. Now I'm going to put that aside just for a second and bring out the die or the piece that will let me, well, let's see. There it is. Okay. Now, normally for sentiments, there is usually one or two I don't even like, but I buy the stamp set because I like the stamps. But this one has, let me read them to you. My heart loves your heart. My thoughts of you are all heart-shaped. Hello, just because I care, and thank you. So I could use all of those. So I was really excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to use just because I care and do it. Oh, there's a hair that might mess up the stamping. Okay. And I want to make sure I leave. And this is what I did a couple weeks ago or last week. I've lost track. And I want to bring in my mini emboss and cut machine and make it smaller. Oop. And I really use the heck out of my plates, but they still work and they're not bowing. So let's turn it this way because that's going to work out better. And put it right there. So the best way to do this is put it right near where you're going, so then you don't have to worry. Make sure that's good. All right. This way you can make any die fit for whatever sentiment you want. And again, I messed up a little bit because I'm not over it, but normally you would be over it and you wouldn't have to trim this. All right. So I'm going to place minis on the back here. You know, I really don't like how I trim that. I'm going to trim it a little bit better because one of you might get this and I don't want you to be like, oh, that looks ugly. All right. So I'm going to put minis because they work better on all those circles that we have embossed in there. So let me grab some minis. And these are the best buys because it's a long time in between when I open one and have to get to the end. Okay. So yes, I've been a demonstrator since 2003. And yesterday was the anniversary of when I broke my neck. It was the day after the shuttle crash. I had to go out that day because it was going to start raining. It was the rainy season, and I didn't think I'd be able to go horseback riding for a while. So, and I ended up, I wasn't, because I couldn't horseback ride again for a whole year. Okay, let's see. So we still have an odd number, 3 and then 2 on the sentiment. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the inside. And I have these. And they have this cute little flowers that are kind of curved. So we're going to use that. Just do it down here. Me too, Teresa. Still got pain all the time, but it's better than being, dead or or paralyzed. So I'll take pain any day. All right, let's go this way. I don't want it to be matchy. So we got that. Oh, I think I need, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to use the Old Olive because I need to use it again. And I'm doing My Thoughts of You are all heart-shaped. Love that stamp. Okay. Put this on. And we're almost done with card 1. It wasn't hard. You just have to make sure when you put the two together, when you die cut them together, that you have them already in the layers that you want them to be in so that it doesn't mess up. All right. So what do you think? Isn't that pretty? I love this card. Okay. Moving on. Got to move some stuff. Okay. All right. So this one is a little bit more because I'm just going to get these two out. One is 3 by 12. So you do need 12 by 12 on this. And we are going to, thank you guys. Hey, Jeanette, thank you for joining. All right, so I am going to score this because it's 12 inches and I want it to, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Z-fold. There you go. I'm going to do 4 inches and then you would do 8 inches and that would be good. But I am going to go 4 inches and then 4 inches so I don't have to open my arm. Whoop, did not mean to do that. Okay, there we go. 4 and 4. So you do want a Z-fold, and the most important part is to really, really burnish your folds. This one is going to be a fancy fold 2, but this one, and normally when you do it, you would go down, like if you wanted to have a card that balance, that, what's the word? And I'm doing it up. So that's a little different. Okay. Definitely did a lot of burnishing on that. Okay, so now I'm kind of proud of myself for thinking of this because my daughter and I crack up every single time we see it on TV where you say, you see those commercials where they show you the hardest way ever of getting something done. Well, I just thought I'd play a little on that. Not sure if it makes sense the way I said it, but all right. So I'm going to stamp one of, they're both going to be in the Melon Mambo. And then I'm going to do, now this is the top to the ladybug, but since my re-inkers, because I've told you in the past that I tend to not ink them as much as I should, is really wet now. And so I'm going to do that right here. And I have to fussy cut that because it's not in the punch. Okay, let's see what happens. Now watch it work because I got it all up. Okay. So if you did it like this, oops, it goes this. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Well, for one, I would have to cut this to get this to work because it's now upside down. I didn't pay attention. Let's see if this one works. Now, you still have to manipulate it. So let me show you an awesome way to do it. Hold on. I'm going to grab me another piece of paper. Is, especially for this one, just punch it. And these do not, they're smaller than the punch. No, the punch is smaller than the picture. There you go. All right. So I'm going to bring this in, put these here. Oh, that's going to bug me if it's upside down, even though it doesn't matter. All right. Now I'm going to do this again, but we're going to just stamp it. Thanks, Lola. And as long as I get this bottom, that works. Let me do the other one. Okay. And I'm going to stamp the mushroom stem. And I know they don't come in this color, but as I always say, in my world, it does. See, this is so much bigger. I'm doing it in crumb cake. It's so much bigger that you really don't even have to worry about getting it on there right. Ta-da! Okay. I'm going to move these so I can move this. All right, now I have to, and you know what I did? Silly me. I used this one. You know what? That was just a practice. This is the one I'm supposed to use for the front. And when I'm done, you won't get to see through this at all. And so I'm going to bring in the grass and Granny Apple. This was so much fun for me. All right, so I definitely want it to be less than, like it's not going to be the whole thing because I need the room. Okay, and I'm going to use early espresso for the little mushroom in the middle. Let's see, where are you? There it is. You know, everybody loves punches, so this is awesome that you can use a punch. I'm glad you've got it. That's fun. All right. Now, they have this cute 3 set of mushrooms, and we're going to do that in pumpkin pie. Let me see if I can get that a little. There we go. It was a little blotchy. Perfect. All right. And then we are going to put together, well, I have to stamp this one. So let me do that real quick on here. Forgot that. And we will fussy cut that. And we will fussy cut the top of the ladybug. Well, that didn't come out very well, did it? Let's try that again. And yes, I've re-inked this. All right, there we go. Put that aside for now. Let's move that. We don't need it anymore. All this. Don't want to be distracted. All right. So I'm going to trim this real quick because it's pretty much straight lines except for this little spot right here. So Lola, you missed it last week. I think it was that I was commenting about my cutting skills and how my daughter, Kimmy, did not do well in her cutting skills and that you kept telling me that she needed to practice. She wasn't real thrilled about using scissors. She's 24 now. I think she loves crafts now, but she doesn't want to stamp. She did apologize to me for that, though. Okay, so we are going to put dimensionals just on like the first two, a little bit more than half on the back. And let's get that out. Oh my gosh, look, it's brand new. At least I can use one, maybe two, because that looks like it's wide. All right, we got that. This one will need a mini. Just at the bottom, and then I'm going to have to trim one. Okay. And you'll see why in a minute, why we don't want to do it at the top. All right. So we are going to take this and put it on here. And I think I'm going to use a glue dot because it's quicker. I don't want to wait for the glue to dry. And I'm just going to make it roll up on itself. Come on. take off. Ah, of course it went down. It's like the butter side up or down when you drop your bread. Okay. So I'm going to put that here. So that's good. And then we'll just put some dimensionals on to that one. Just make sure you don't put them too close to this edge over here because then it will show. So always got to be planning ahead. And I'm going to have it overlap. And this one is going to get the glue dot again. And go right here. How many of you like mushrooms? It's an acquired taste for me. All right. There we go. Thank you. And oh, thank you, Pat. I was just going to tell you to put my blog address on there, and you already did. You're so good. All right. So this is going to go like this. And whoops, see, this is why I did that. So let's take that one off. We don't need it. No need for it. Okay, there we go. All right, so now this is going to go onto the top part here, and it needs to be trimmed. Yes, it does. But I don't know that I can now, so we're just going to go for it. I think it's a little wider than it should be, and not as long as it should be. Goodness. All right. Seeing if I've got my other ones. Oh, I do. You know what? Shh. I never got them out. That's why. That is why I thought I messed up. I thought I had one out. But no, look. Do I do it again and keep it? No, we'll just keep going. We'll do this for the bottom though. All right. Then we have where we're going to put on this really pretty DSP. Right in the middle. The bottom one will look perfect. We'll just tell everybody we meant to do that. All right. And then we are going to stamp on this one that fits perfectly. And since I'm going to stamp off, I'm going to bring this on here. And we are going to do that. Another stem that has two with early espresso. Thank you, Lola. All right. I'm going to, you know me, I don't like that much room. All right. I'm going to bring it over just a little bit more because less room to write. Is that awful? I don't talk to people that often, I guess. And sometimes I have too much to say, and then, you don't want to write all that. All right. So now I'm going to, let's do this one because it's not quite as big, and I think I can get it on there. I can. And I'm going to use the ladybug top for this cute little thing right here. Because I can. All right. And I love things when they can be double, they're double duty. All right. Now I'm going to stamp the ladybug body right here. I mean, you got to love a ladybug. All right. And that last one, when I stamped the ladybug, it's on the back of that one I put on the front. So we're going to, use a scrap piece of paper that I have. Let's find it right here. And I'll stamp that ladybug again, or the body. That's the only bad thing is that you got to fussy cut this because, did you see what I just did? Goodness. Talking and working at the same time doesn't always go together. All right. Lots of times that's happened. So what was I saying? Who doesn't love a ladybug? The only bad thing about this is that you have to fussy cut this out because you can't put it on top of the black because you won't even see it. All right. So I'm going to cut this real quick. In fact, I'm not going to leave any white because I want it to be, where's just the shell? Is that what they are? Are they shells? Hold on. I'm getting there. Okay. Glue dot. Move all this back. And then we'll put it together. So I'm getting it a little bit smaller for the body there. And then we're going to place that. So cute. I just love ladybugs. Come on, slide a little bit. There we go. Isn't that cute? I get tickled still, you guys, and I've been stamping for a long time, and I still get tickled. So that's a good thing. All right, so now we're going to do the top on here with both the sentiments. So we're going to say poppin' by to say hi. And as kind of a double thing. Whoops, not that one. It's this one. Because the card kind of pops. And I think that mushrooms pop. They pop up, right? Popping by to say hi. And whoops. And then you are magical for the one that's going to go. Oh, almost had it upside down. Okay. We are getting there. So we're going to put this one on here. Wow. Still didn't quite get it. I hate it when the tape overhangs. All right, so what I'm going to do is bring in the front of the card, and we're going to place this. First off, we're going to make sure that we get it. So you're going to fold it all up, and then you're going to make sure it's even. And then I'm going to raise this up and just put it got a tickle. All right, like that. And then raise this up and turn it over. And I am going to trim this just a tad. Just a tad. Because it's a little bit longer. All right. All right, so now we are going to put the tape on here. Might as well, goodness. Might as well add a little bit extra, and then you just close the back. Well, Teresa, you can make this. Now, the piece de resistance, or however you say that, is I'm going to add little butterflies. because they're flat and it doesn't matter when I mail it. So one of you can get it and it's going to be just, I don't have to put extra postage too much on it because it will be not so bulky. And then one more because we have to have an odd over here. There we go. All right. So what do you think? I just think it's so cute. The only thing is it will not open all the way, but it will open like this. It just stops itself. So, and again, we are only doing one card of each one. So you got to be quick if you are the winner to tell me what you want. So that is the rules to the game, because I want to be able to make these in classes and I don't want to have to recreate it again. I'm too busy and I want my downtime too. All right, Miss Gail, Miss Pat, can you go ahead and do the drawing and we will see who wins? And then you guys got to be quick on which one you want. I love them both, so I don't think you'll miss out either way. Nancy and Dottie. Yay, girls. So which one do you guys want? Oh, Dottie's quick. Okay, got it. All right. So Nancy, you get the heart one. And I hope you're happy with that because I think it's beautiful. And we will go ahead and quit for the day. And I will be back next week, hopefully with some of my own designs. I'm hoping I won't be so busy that I can't. So, all right, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you for being here.